On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples.
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Brutal.
Harsh or cruel.
Examples.
Brutal bully. Brutal honesty. The brutal attack left the victim with serious injuries.
Murder.
The crime of killing somebody intentionally.
Examples.
Murder in the second degree. Attempted murder. This intriguing murder mystery remains unsolved.
Leash.
A long, flexible cord or chain used to restrain or control a dog, or other animals, a figurative tool used to control or limit someone's behavior or actions.
Examples.
Dog leash. Walk on a leash. Make sure to put the leash on your dog before walking.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples.
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples.
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples.
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples.
Nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Countless.
Too numerous to be counted or very many.
Examples.
Countless hours. Answer countless questions. There are countless methods for dealing with stress.
Engage.
To attract and keep someone's attention and interest, to participate in or obtain services of something.
Examples.
Engage in environmental protection activities. Engage a new employee. Many multinational companies are engaged in the reconstruction of that country.
Racist.
Characterized by or showing discrimination or prejudice against people of other races. Noun, a person with a prejudiced belief that one racial group is superior to others.
Examples:
Far-right racist. Racist attitudes. The racist comments made by the politician caused widespread condemnation.
Policy.
A set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government. A course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples:
Health policy. Foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Trump.
A playing card with a picture of a trumpeter on it, used in certain card games.
Examples:
Trump card. Choose Trump. The trump suit in the game of bridge is determined at the beginning of each hand.
Rodent.
A small, gnawing mammal, such as a mouse, rat, or squirrel, that has sharp incisors and typically has a long, thin tail.
Examples:
Rodent repellent. Prevent rodent damage. He set up a trap to catch the rodent.
Mess.
A state of confusion, dirtiness, or untidiness. Verb, to fail to do something or to make something dirty or untidy.
Examples:
Have a whole mess. Get into a mess. He made a frightful mess in his room.
Heartbeat.
The regular movement or sound of the heart as it sends blood around the body, an animating or vital unifying force.
Examples:
Heartbeat abnormality. A pounding heartbeat. New York is the commercial heartbeat of America.
Racism.
Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people based on their membership in a particular ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized.
Examples:
Systemic racism. Research on anti-racism. The school's lack of diversity was a clear indication of the racism present in the community.
Denial.
A statement that something is not true or does not exist.
Examples:
State of denial. An absolute denial. She gave us a categorical denial of the scandal.
Eliminate.
To remove or get rid of someone or something.
Examples:
Eliminate contestants. Eliminate sexual barriers. We can eliminate this possibility from those consumptions.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Vocabulary.
The words used by a language, group, or individual, the knowledge and understanding of words and their meanings that a person possesses.
Examples:
Vocabulary list. Academic vocabulary. Using proper vocabulary is essential for writing a good essay.
Racial.
Of or related to the race, equals classification of humans into groups based on physical traits or social relations.
Examples:
Racial prejudice. Racial and ethnic backgrounds. A minor racial conflict later led to a civil war.
Superior.
Better, higher in quality, or more advanced than others.
Examples:
Superior performance. Provide superior customer service. The new smartphone model is superior to the previous version in terms of speed and features.
Inferior.
Lower in rank, status, or quality.
Examples:
An inferior poet. Inferior quality. The new employee's work was inferior to that of the experienced workers in the team.
Ethnic.
Relating or belonging to a group of people who share a cultural tradition.
Examples:
Ethnic minority. Single ethnic group. Each ethnic group has its unique rituals.
Inequity.
A lack of fairness or justice, an unfair or unequal situation or practice.
Examples:
Inequity in education. Market inequity. There's an inequity in the criminal justice system that needs to be addressed.
Injustice.
A violation of the rights of others or the laws of a society.
Examples:
Gross injustice. Injustice system. The injustice of the court's decision angered many people and led to protests.
Equity.
The value of the shares issued by a company.
Examples:
Private equity firm. Equity capital market. That company is cautious when it comes to equity investment.
Strive.
To try very hard to do, achieve, or obtain something.
Examples:
Strive hard to get. Strive for excellence. They strive to make their dream come true.
Constantly.
All the time.
Examples:
A constantly innovative enterprise. A constantly varying mind. The mobile application industry is constantly changing.
Deny.
To state that one refuses to admit the existence or truth of something.
Examples:
Adamantly deny killing. Deny the allegations. He is still denying stealing the money from the cash register.
Pervade.
To spread throughout something, to permeate.
Examples:
Pervade society. Pervade an atmosphere. The smell of baking bread pervaded the kitchen.
Equitable.
Fair and impartial, treating everyone fairly.
Examples:
In an equitable manner. An equitable price. In a democratic country, governments promote equitable opportunities to participate in society.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Polar.
Relating to, or close to, the North or South Pole, characterized by complete opposites.
Examples:
Polar bears. Polar regions. Polar animals are graceful and efficient swimmers.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Tenet.
One of the fundamental ideas or beliefs upon which a theory or broader group of views is founded.
Examples:
Basic tenets. A fundamental tenet of Judaism. This section explains a central tenet of economics.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Confession.
A formal statement in which one admits that they have done something wrong or illegal.
Examples:
A confession of guilt. A confession of faith. The prisoner made a full confession and admitted to his crime.
Recognition.
The action or process of recognizing or being recognized, especially by remembering, an agreement that something is true or legal.
Examples:
Recognition award. Joint recognition. He was given recognition for his outstanding work in the field of medicine.
Intern.
To put someone in prison, especially for political or military reasons. Noun, a student or trainee who works, sometimes for free, to get work experience or to fulfill qualification criteria.
Examples:
Intern civilians, medical intern. The Navy interned ships of defeated nations.
Hierarchy.
A system in which people or things are organized into different levels of importance, from highest to lowest.
Examples:
Top of the hierarchy. Hierarchy of folders. She has taken a step up in the organizational hierarchy.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Incarcerate.
To put or keep somebody in prison or in a place from which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Incarcerate the murderer. Incarcerate her for life. He was incarcerated for the duration of the war.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Disparity.
A significant difference or inequality between two or more things.
Examples:
The disparity between theory and reality. Income disparity. There is a significant disparity in pay between men and women in the company.
Abnormal.
Not typical, usual, or regular, especially in a way that is bad.
Examples:
Abnormal heart rhythms. Abnormal cells. An abnormal climate in the region caused a sharp decline in grain harvest.
Disproportionately.
In a way that is not reasonably or appropriately balanced, equal, or distributed, in a manner that is unequal or excessive about something else.
Examples:
Disproportionately affected. Disproportionately high. The rich can often disproportionately benefit from tax breaks and other advantages.
Infect.
To affect a person, an animal, or a plant with a disease-causing organism.
Examples:
Infect other animal species. Infect a computer with a virus. Children often infect parents with this head cold.
Coronavirus.
A large family of viruses that can cause illness in humans and animals, which name comes from the crown-like spikes on the surface of the virus, which can be seen under a microscope, and COVID-19 is caused by a specific type of coronavirus known as SARS-CoV-2.
Examples:
coronavirus antibody test kit, coronavirus bankruptcy. Considering the situation of coronavirus, organized stopped this year's beer festival.
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
struggle against discrimination, struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Upend.
To turn or flip over, to overthrow or upset the established order.
Examples:
upend a table, upend a tradition. The sudden news upended their plans for the weekend.
Replace.
To take the place of something.
Examples:
replace one word with another. Replace a phone. Eventually, the new design will replace all older models.
Distinction.
A difference or contrast between similar things or people.
Examples:
important distinction. Draw a distinction. I can't see any distinction between these two concepts.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Slave.
A person who is either legally or illegally owned by someone, a person entirely dominated by some influence or a person.
Examples:
a slave of drink. A slave trader. You should work hard but not be a slave to it.
Curse.
A rude or offensive word or an expression that is not polite and shows that you are very angry.
Examples:
under a curse. Few curse words. Many autocratic policies became a curse for that country's economy.
Descendant.
Children or offspring of a specific person, plant, or animal.
Examples:
descendant of a pioneer. Third generation descendant. Those warriors' descendants are still skilled archers.
Enslave.
To make someone a slave, to deprive someone of their freedom of choice or action.
Examples:
enslave poor peasants. Enslave indigenous people. Her beauty enslaved me completely.
Ethnology.
An academic field that compares and analyzes the characteristics of different peoples and the relationships between them.
Examples:
regional ethnology. Museum of Ethnology. Recently, some anthropologists conducted an interesting comparative study in ethnology.
Predispose.
To make someone susceptible.
Examples:
Predispose to the development of cancer. Predispose me to become a novelist. Her outstanding achievement predisposes people to like her.
Slavery.
The practice or system of owning, buying, and selling people as property and forcing them to work.
Examples:
Slavery labor. Institution of slavery. The abolition of slavery in the United States was a major achievement in the fight for human rights.
Servile.
Excessively submissive or obedient, behaving like a servant or slave without questioning authority.
Examples:
Servile to authority. Servile obedience. The new employee's servile behavior towards his boss was disturbing.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Origin.
The first existence or beginning of something.
Examples:
Origin of all humankind. A manuscript of uncertain origin. There are various hypotheses concerning the origin of life.
Neutral.
Not helping or assisting either side in a conflict, argument, etc.
Examples:
Permanently neutral country. Neutral colors. A legislative speaker should always be neutral.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Instance.
A particular example or single occurrence of something.
Examples:
For instance. Notable instance. These articles cite 5 instances of climate change.
Advantage.
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
Score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Publicly.
In a manner accessible to or observable by the public, by the government.
Examples:
Publicly accessible record. Publicly financed schools. She publicly denounced the government's mishandling of the economic crisis.
Privately.
In a private manner, not publicly, secretly.
Examples:
A privately owned railway. Import things privately. The couple privately exchanged their vows before the ceremony began.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
Define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Identity.
The fact of being who or what somebody or something is, the features, emotions, or ideas that distinguish persons from one another.
Examples:
Mistaken identity. Identity as an individual. The terrorist's identity remains unknown.
Essential.
Indispensable, fundamental.
Examples:
Essential amino acid. Essential commodities of life. Trial and error is an essential part of education.
Evil.
Profoundly immoral, cruel, and wicked, having or exerting a harmful effect on people.
Examples:
Evil ways. A charm against evil. Corruption is an evil act for any reason.
Descriptive.
Serving to describe or inform, or characterized by description.
Examples:
Write a descriptive essay. Descriptive grammar. This movie is descriptive of his intellectual exploration.
Appreciate.
To value and acknowledge the worth of someone or something, to be grateful for something or someone.
Examples:
Appreciate her feedback. Appreciate the value. We would appreciate an early reply.
Native.
Connecting with or describing someone's birth country or place of birth, or someone born in a specific country or place.
Examples:
Native to Africa. Native language. The vegetation here is almost wholly native.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Participate.
To take part in something.
Examples:
Participate fully in conversation. Participate in the program. The majority of students actively participated in the college's intramural sports program.
Foremost.
Most important, leading, or prominent.
Examples:
Foremost expert. Keep foremost in mind. The foremost priority is the safety of the passengers.
Disempower.
To deprive of power, authority, or influence, to make someone or something less powerful or effective.
Examples:
Disempower the employees. Disempower the opposition. The politicians' efforts to disempower marginalized communities were met with widespread criticism.
Utilize.
To use something for a practical purpose in an effective way.
Examples:
Utilize a different approach. Utilize a catheter. The cook utilized the leftover oxtail to make soup.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
Resist temptation. Resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Invade.
To enter aggressively into another's territory by military force for conquest and occupation.
Examples:
Invade other tissues. Invade his privacy. I have no intention to invade your privacy.
Immigrant.
A person who has come to a country where they were not born to live there permanently.
Examples:
Immigrant communities. An immigrant from the country. Police received a report of illegal immigrants in the area.
Rap.
A type of music characterized by a strong, repetitive beat and lyrics that often focus on social and political issues, a reproach for some lapse or misdeed.
Examples:
Rap music. Get a rap. The new rap album is getting a lot of attention.
Defend.
To protect someone or something from attack, criticism, danger, etc.
Examples:
Defend my country. Defend against a threat. International law allows each nation to defend itself when its rights and interests are illegally violated.
Rhetoric.
Speech or writing intended to please or persuade someone, the art or study of using language effectively and persuasively in spoken or written form.
Examples:
The rhetoric of a debate. High-flown rhetoric. He was known for his powerful rhetoric and ability to persuade people with his words.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic, severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Disadvantage.
A drawback or a negative aspect of something. Verb, to put someone or something in an unfavorable position.
Examples:
The disadvantage of a plan. Disadvantage small businesses. A lack of education can be a significant disadvantage in today's job market.
Blame.
To think or say that someone or something did something wrong or is responsible for something bad.
Examples:
Blame circumstances for the failure. Blame the lack of knowledge. We blamed our impeded progress on lack of money.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Systemic.
Affecting or related to the whole of something, especially the human body or a society.
Examples:
The systemic arteries. Systemic reforms of the organization. This vaccine causes mild systemic side effects.
Consume.
To spend something, especially fuel, energy, or time, in a large amount.
Examples:
Consume a large of alcohol. Consume electricity. A smaller car will consume less fuel.
Inequality.
The unfairness of a society in which some people have more opportunity, money, etc. than others. Mathematics, relation between two values when they are different.
Examples:
Inequality in salary. Algebraic inequality. There are several causes of economic inequality within societies.
Structural.
Associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples:
Structural analyses. Structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Individualize.
To make something personal or more personal to suit the needs of a particular person, place, etc.
Examples:
Individualize each patient. Individualize dosages. Our schools offer individualized education by excellent teachers.
Representative.
Someone who speaks or acts officially on behalf of another person or group of people.
Examples:
An official representative. Sales representative. The media representatives had special passes.
Alternative.
One of two or more available possibilities or choice.
Examples:
An alternative plan. There is no other alternative. Doctors are gradually coming around to the idea of using alternative medicines.
Explanation.
The information or arguments that someone provides to make something understandable or clear.
Examples:
The explanation for the failure. Detailed explanation. The following explanation is currently being used to explain the phenomenon in question.
Persist.
To continue to do and refuse to stop something despite difficulties or opposition, even if it appears unreasonable.
Examples:
Persist over time. Persist in success. Consult your doctor if the symptoms persist.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
Transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Privilege.
A special right or advantage that only one person or group of people has, usually because they are rich and powerful in a society.
Examples:
A breach of privilege. Privilege of membership. In the Middle Ages, the right to hunt in the wild was the privilege of royalty and nobility.
Simultaneously.
At the same time.
Examples:
Simultaneously affected. Take several inputs simultaneously. Two students answered the teacher's question simultaneously.
Accrue.
Of a benefit or sum of money, to increase or accumulate in number or amount over a period of time.
Examples:
Accrue to the general treasury. Benefits accrue to the community. 2% interest will accrue on your savings account.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
President.
The leader of a republic, for example, the U.S., the person in charge of the organization, such as a company, university, club, etc.
Examples:
President Emeritus, Vice President for Finance. The club president does not have absolute power.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Altruistic.
Showing a selfless and disinterested concern for the happiness and well-being of other people.
Examples:
Altruistic behavior. Altruistic instincts in social animals. The company tried to build an altruistic image.
Intelligent.
Having the capacity for thought and reason, especially to a high degree.
Examples:
An intelligent person. Intelligent assisting system. Intelligent robots that can cooperate with humans have limited motor output for safety.
Self-interest.
The fact or action of only considering their own interests and of not caring about others.
Examples:
Unaffected by self-interest. Material self-interest. The company's donation was undoubtedly motivated by self-interest.
Poverty.
The condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
Poverty alleviation. The cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Pandemic.
An outbreak of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area.
Examples:
Flu pandemic. Global pandemic. They fear a pandemic of a new type of virus.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Priority.
Something that is more important than other things and should be dealt with first.
Examples:
Priority call. Priority seating for elderly. Her priority is to be a mother.
Grateful.
Feeling or showing an appreciation of kindness, thankful.
Examples:
A grateful breeze. Put a grateful expression. She was grateful for the help he provided.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Protest.
A strong expression of disagreement, disapproval, or opposition.
Examples:
Hold a protest. A silent protest. He left the party in protest at its radical political stance.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
Progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Removal.
The act of taking something away or off from a particular place.
Examples:
Dental tartar removal. Removal truck. The removal of the statue caused much controversy in the community.
Confederate.
A person who is allied or associated with another person or group, especially in a political or military context, a supporter of the Confederate States of America.
Examples:
Confederate soldier. Confederate government. The two countries are confederates and have a strong alliance.
Monument.
A statue, building, or other structure erected to commemorate a person or event.
Examples:
Humanities monument. Monument honoring. The stone monument was built to commemorate the war heroes.
Council.
A group of people who have been elected or appointed to make decisions or give advice on a particular subject or in a particular place.
Examples:
Other council members. City council election. The city council voted to approve the new development project.
Pledge.
To make a formal promise to give or do something.
Examples:
Pledge my fidelity. Pledge military assistance. At this ceremony, we will pledge allegiance to the country's flag.
Dismantle.
To take apart or demolish a structure, machine, system, or the like, to strip off fittings or equipment.
Examples:
Dismantle a machine. Dismantle a system. The old building had to be dismantled because it was structurally unsound.
Depart.
To go away or leave, especially to start a journey.
Examples:
arrive and depart on time. Depart from the faith. We departed before the temperature fell below zero.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Singular.
Being only one of its kind, unique.
Examples:
singular purpose. Singular goal. The singular beauty of the night sky never ceases to amaze him.
Simultaneous.
Happening or being done at the same time.
Examples:
the simultaneous release of the album. Simultaneous equations. The simultaneous translation made it possible for everyone to understand the speaker.
Scenario.
A description of possible actions or events in the future, a written outline of a play, film, or literary work.
Examples:
the worst case scenario. Number of different scenarios. The president prepared several possible scenarios for an enemy attack.
Rural.
Of or relating to the countryside.
Examples:
rural accents. People in rural areas. Many rural areas are still impoverished.
Predominantly.
Mainly, mostly, or primarily, having the greatest influence or power in a particular situation or group.
Examples:
predominantly rural. Predominantly Christian. The neighborhood is predominantly made up of young families with children.
County.
An administrative division of a country or state, typically one of several comprising a larger division.
Examples:
county seat. Throughout the county. The county's population has been increasing rapidly in recent years.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Cancer.
Abnormal growth of cells that can invade and destroy surrounding tissues and organs. A disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells.
Examples:
cancer diagnosis. Cancer research. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in women.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Livelihood.
A means of earning money people need to pay for food, a place to live, clothing, etc.
Examples:
A means of livelihood. Livelihood assistance. I could no longer earn my own livelihood.
Reject.
To refuse to accept, consider, or use something or someone.
Examples:
Reject the proposal. Reject all imperfect merchandise. The company rejected the job candidate's application due to a lack of experience.
Median.
The value separating the higher half from the lower half of a set of values arranged in order of size.
Examples:
Median age at diagnosis. A median strip. Median annual income fell last year in this country.
Wealth.
A large amount of money, property, or other things that someone or an organization owns.
Examples:
Majority of his wealth. Material wealth. The wealth inequality was unavoidable.
Recession.
A period of economic decline, typically lasting for 6 months or more, during which trade and industrial activity decrease, and unemployment increases.
Examples:
Recession period. Recover from a recession. The country is facing a recession, with high unemployment and low GDP.
Redline.
A boundary or threshold beyond which something is no longer acceptable or allowed. A mark or line drawn in red to indicate a specific limit or danger zone.
Examples:
Red line speed. Red line level. The neighborhood was affected by a red line drawn by real estate agents to keep specific populations out.
Gap.
A conspicuous disparity or difference separates something such as a figure, people, their opinions, situation, etc.
Examples:
The gap between ideal and reality. Distance gap. Many people are working together to close the gender gap.
Committed.
Willing to put in a lot of effort, time, and energy into something, firmly believing in something.
Examples:
In a committed relationship. Strong and committed sales staff. Our company is strongly committed to meeting customers' needs.
Importance.
The quality of being important and worthy of note.
Examples:
A man of importance. High importance. I stopped by the branch though I have no business of importance.
Inherit.
To receive money, property, or a title from someone after they have died.
Examples:
Inherit estate. Inherit ancestral property. After his death, his sons inherited his business.
Inheritance.
The money, property, etc. that someone gives you when they die. Genetics, attributes acquired via biological heredity from ancestors.
Examples:
Paternal inheritance. Inheritance tax. His vast inheritance was equitably divided among the brothers.
Liberal.
Willing to respect or allow many different types of beliefs or behavior, open-minded.
Examples:
A liberal arts college. Under liberal conditions. He is liberal in his thoughts.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Silent.
Without any or little sound.
Examples:
Silent reading. Give silent consent. The politician remained silent despite intense media scrutiny.
Token.
Something that serves as a symbol, sign, or expression of something else, a physical object representing a particular idea or concept.
Examples:
Digital token. Token payment. As a token of appreciation, the teacher gave each student a small gift at the end of the school year.
Internal.
Of or relating to the inside of something.
Examples:
Internal organs. The internal economy. The Prime Minister cancelled visits to other countries to resolve internal disputes.
Commitment.
A promise or firm decision to do something or to behave in a certain way.
Examples:
A commitment to an alliance. Meet his commitments. His business commitments took him to the United States.
Diversity.
The quality or fact of many different types of things or people being included in something, a range of different things or people.
Examples:
The diversity policy of the university. Lingual diversity. He was impressed by the range and diversity of the collection.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Rip.
To tear something or be torn violently or suddenly.
Examples:
Rip a notebook apart. Rip a hole in the roof. During transit, the stuff may rip off the luggage tag.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
Institutionalize a system. Institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Transformation.
A complete change in form, nature, or appearance of someone or something.
Examples:
The transformation of a tadpole into a frog. Cast a transformation spell. Understanding unitary transformations of a normal matrix require considerable mathematical sophistication.
Diversify.
To make something include more different types or things, to spread out activities or investments.
Examples:
Diversify my portfolio. Diversify energy sources. This inclusive environment has allowed the plant species to diversify.
Administer.
To oversee and control the operation or arrangement of something.
Examples:
Administer justice. Administer the funds. After the accident, 3 governmental bodies administer the company.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Peaceful.
Not involving violence, conflict, or war.
Examples:
Peaceful country. Peaceful coexistence. Plutonium has limited peaceful applications.
Partisan.
Biased or prejudiced in favor of a particular cause, group, or political party, displaying strong support or allegiance to a particular side or viewpoint.
Examples:
Partisan politics. Bridge partisan differences. Her partisan beliefs made it difficult for her to consider opposing viewpoints.
Declaration.
A formal or explicit statement or announcement.
Examples:
Declaration of Independence. Unilateral declaration. The president made the declaration of war.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples:
Essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
March.
To walk militarily with stiff, regular steps. March against the war. March east. The troops marched shoulder to shoulder.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Strike.
To wallop somebody or something with the hand, fist, or weapon, to have an emotional or cognitive impact upon.
Examples:
Strike up a conversation. Strike a blow. We strike to achieve more wages and safer working conditions.
Argue.
To express differing opinions or points of view, often in a heated or contentious manner, to present a case or reasoning to persuade or convince others.
Examples:
Argue a case. Argue passionately. The couple began to argue over which restaurant to go to for dinner.
Politician.
A person who is a member of a government or lawmaking organization, especially as an elected member of parliament, etc.
Examples:
A politician in the ruling party. A corrupt politician. The politician lost his position in the end due to the scandal.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb: to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Folk.
People in general, especially those of a particular group or type.
Examples:
Folk art. The folk songs of a particular district. Some seaweed was used as folk medicine in ancient times.
Perceive.
To become aware or conscious of something through the senses.
Examples:
Perceive a threat. Perceive light. Australia is widely perceived as having low levels of corruption.
Intention.
Something you want to do and are going to do.
Examples:
Intention behind his decision. Clear intention. Our CEO's intentions are always transparent and straightforward.
Exhaust.
The system in a vehicle that removes waste gases from the engine. Verb: to make someone completely tired.
Examples:
Exhaust pipe. Exhaust a topic. The factory's exhaust fumes polluted the air and affected the health of the nearby residents.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples:
chemical reaction, trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Exhaustion.
The state of being extremely tired and lacking energy or strength.
Examples:
exhaustion of energy, emotional exhaustion. The long work hours were taking a toll on her mental exhaustion.
Definition:
a concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples:
a precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Deed.
Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document signed and sealed and delivered to effect a transfer of property and to show the legal right to possess it.
Examples:
deed of assignment. Do good deeds. There was a significant difference between word and deed.
Addict.
A person who cannot stop using or doing something as a habit, especially something harmful.
Examples:
a drug addict, internet addict. We have become TV addicts due to video streaming services.
Addiction.
The inability to stop using or doing something as a habit, especially something harmful.
Examples:
alcohol addiction, addiction to foreign oil. He is now fighting his addiction to drugs.
Overcome.
To succeed in controlling or dealing with something, such as a problem or difficulty, to defeat or overwhelm someone.
Examples:
overcome opponents, overcome all difficulties. He tried to overcome a bad reputation and win the election.
Substance.
The real physical material of which a thing or person consists, the most important or main part of some idea or experience, an illegal drug.
Examples:
an explosive substance, substance abuse problem. The substance of the argument was well presented.
Abuse.
The use of something in an incorrect or harmful manner.
Examples:
the problem of drug abuse, victim of sexual abuse. Our company has an audit team that monitors directors for abuse of authority.
Heal.
To make a wound or injury to become well again.
Examples:
heal a broken bone, heal the hurt mind. It will take time for her mental scars to heal.
Regularly.
At regular intervals or times.
Examples:
regularly arranged, post regularly to a blog. This site regularly shares high-quality academic materials.
Alcoholism.
A chronic disorder characterized by dependence on alcohol and repeated excessive use of alcoholic beverages.
Examples:
Acute alcoholism, alcoholism recovery. He lost everything due to his alcoholism.
Restrain.
To prevent or hold back from doing something, often by physical or moral force, to limit or restrict one's actions or behavior, to control or moderate strong emotions or impulses.
Examples:
Restrain from violence. Restrain a child. The police had to restrain the suspect after he became violent during the arrest.
Revert.
To return to a previous state or condition, to reply.
Examples:
Revert to a heavy smoker. Revert to the original subject. After trying the new software, I reverted to the old version.
Liberate.
To set free, to release or rescue from captivity or oppression.
Examples:
Liberate people from oppression. Liberate potential. The prisoners were liberated after the war ended.
Wallow.
To lie or roll about in a relaxed, lazy manner, to indulge oneself excessively in something, often in a way that is seen as self-pitying or unproductive. Noun, a state of self-indulgent or self-pitying emotions or behavior.
Examples:
Emotional wallow. Wallow in self-pity. After a long day, I like to wallow in a hot bath to relax my muscles.
Intersection.
A point where two or more roads, lines, etc., cross each other.
Examples:
Busy intersection. The intersection of coordinate axes. Take a right turn at the next intersection.
Feminism.
The belief in and advocacy of equal rights, opportunities, and treatment for all genders, particularly women, and the recognition of the systematic and cultural oppression of women in society.
Examples:
Radical feminism. Liberal feminism. She is a strong advocate for feminism and works tirelessly for women's rights.
Gay.
Homosexual, happy, carefree.
Examples:
Gay couple. Gay rights. The Gay Pride Parade was a celebration of diversity and acceptance.
Relate.
To establish a connection or association between two or more things, to narrate or tell about an event, experience, or relationship, to empathize or feel sympathy with someone or something.
Examples:
Relate a story. Relate a message. He tried to relate his experience to the group, but they couldn't understand.
Opposed.
Being completely different from something or disagreeing strongly with something.
Examples:
Two opposed characters. Absolutely opposed to abortion. I'm strongly opposed to that plan.
Intersect.
To meet or cross one another.
Examples:
Intersect at a point. Railways intersect the country. Her multidisciplinary works intersect music and picture with writing.
Heterosexual.
Attracted to individuals of the opposite sex.
Examples:
Heterosexual relationship. Heterosexual marriage. He identified as heterosexual and had never considered being with someone of the same gender.
Queer.
Strange or odd, typically in an interesting or attractive way.
Examples:
Queer money. Queer fashion. The behavior of the clown at the party was quite queer.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Lesbian.
A woman who is attracted romantically and sexually to other women.
Examples:
Lesbian love. Lesbian relationship. The lesbian couple was denied the right to marry due to the conservative laws in their state.
Transgender.
Relating to or denoting a person whose gender identity does not correspond to that person's biological sex assigned at birth.
Examples:
Transgender person. Transgender rights. Many transgender individuals face discrimination and marginalization in society.
Bigotry.
Intolerance toward those who hold different opinions from oneself.
Examples:
Ethnic bigotry. Self-righteous bigotry. Bigotry and discrimination have no place in our society.
Pinnacle.
The highest point or peak of something, particularly a mountain or a career, the greatest or highest level of achievement or success.
Examples:
Architectural pinnacle. Reach the pinnacle. Climbing to the pinnacle of the mountain is a challenge that many outdoor enthusiasts strive to achieve.
Womanhood.
The state or condition of being an adult female, a term used to describe the social and cultural aspects of being a woman.
Examples:
Womanhood experience. Embrace womanhood. The celebration of womanhood is often disregarded in male-dominated industries.
Masculine.
Having characteristics or an appearance that are usually regarded as typical or appropriate for men.
Examples:
Wear masculine attire. Masculine beauty. Her allure lies in her masculine rather than feminine beauty.
Degrade.
To make something worse, especially in quality, to show or treat someone in a way that makes them see no value and do not have the respect or reasonable opinion of others.
Examples:
Degrade his public image. Degrade environmental quality. You should not degrade yourself by allowing them to use you.
Feminine.
Relating to women, having the features or appearance often associated with women.
Examples:
Add a feminine touch. The sacred feminine. For a classically feminine style, the dress mixes sophisticated lines with an appealing floral design.
Homophobia.
A strong fear, aversion, or hostility towards people who are homosexual or towards homosexuality itself, discrimination or prejudice against lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning LGBTQ individuals based on their sexual orientation or gender identity.
Examples:
Homophobia awareness. Homophobia in sports. The politician's remarks about same-sex marriage revealed his deep-seated homophobia.
Hypersexual.
Having an abnormally or excessively high level of sexual desire or behavior.
Examples:
Hypersexual behavior. Hypersexual disorder. The therapist helped the patient deal with hypersexual tendencies and healthily manage their behavior.
Cancel.
To decide that a previously scheduled activity will not take place.
Examples:
Cancel a class. Cancel a free subscription trial. When customers cancel their reservations, they lose the deposit they made.
Interact.
To communicate or react with somebody.
Examples:
Interact directly with customers. Interact with one another. He should interact more with his colleagues.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Encourage.
To give someone support, confidence, or hope, to persuade someone to do or continue to do something by making it easier for them and making them believe it is a good thing to do.
Examples:
Encourage a sense of affinity. Encourage antisocial behavior. They encouraged customers with a premium for loyal patronage.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Egregious.
Outstandingly bad or shocking, conspicuously or outrageously bad or reprehensible.
Examples:
egregious claim. An egregious error. It was an egregious mistake and caused significant harm to the company's reputation.
Unwilling.
Not ready or wanting to do something.
Examples:
unwilling look. In an unwilling voice. They were unwilling to take any risks.
Horrible.
Extremely unpleasant or bad, causing fear or disgust.
Examples:
horrible accident. Horrible smell. The experience was horrible and left a lasting impression.
Vicious.
Having or showing a desire to cause harm to others, having the nature of vice.
Examples:
vicious attack. Vicious deflationary spiral. The vicious dog barked and growled at anyone who came near its territory.
Refusal.
The act of showing or saying that one is not willing to do or accept something.
Examples:
meet with a refusal. Refusal of inspection. She gave a firm refusal.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Critique.
A detailed analysis or examination of something, especially a literary, philosophical, or political theory, an essay or article that gives a critical evaluation.
Examples:
a critique of the social system. Devastating critique. Following the critique from the professor, students rewrite their essays and submit them for final evaluation.
Discern.
To see, perceive, or understand something that is not obvious.
Examples:
discern the big picture. Discern friend from foe. Parents need to help their children discern right and wrong.
Refuse.
To show that one is not willing to do or accept something.
Examples:
refuse a request. Refuse the company. My initial reaction was to refuse.
Wane.
To decrease in size, strength, or intensity.
Examples:
wane over time. Wane in popularity. The fragrance of this material wanes over weeks to months.
Donation.
A voluntary gift of money, service, or ideas that are given to a person or an organization, or the act of giving them.
Examples:
Make a donation. Political donation. He made a generous donation to the charity.
Fade.
To vanish, to fade away, to lose color, to lose freshness.
Examples:
Fade away almost completely. Fade in importance. My memory will fade, but my heart will live on.
Background.
The details of a person's social heritage, such as family, vocational or educational experience, past information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem.
Examples:
A background color. A criminal background. The company's hiring criteria emphasize personality, not a person's background.
Chapter.
A separate section of a written work, usually numbered and titled.
Examples:
An introductory chapter. Chapter of a political party. The final chapter provides a summary of the discussion.
Advocacy.
The act of supporting or promoting a particular cause or point of view, often through public campaigning or lobbying.
Examples:
Advocacy group. Consumer advocacy group. The group engages in advocacy through lobbying and campaigning for policy changes.
Demonstration.
A display or show, often of a particular skill or product, intended to convince or persuade others.
Examples:
Demonstration project. A campus demonstration. Thousands of people attended the protest demonstration against the proposed policy.
Don.
A Spanish gentleman, a university lecturer, especially a senior member of a college at Oxford or Cambridge.
Examples:
The Don of the University. Don Giovanni. He could never go against what Don Carlos said.
Horrify.
To shock or disgust greatly.
Examples:
Horrify audience. Horrify victims. The series of terrorist attacks horrify the entire nation.
Cycle.
An interval during which a recurring sequence of events occurs, a bicycle or motorcycle.
Examples:
The cycle of the seasons. Go to the workplace by cycle. The food chain causes a material cycle.
Implement.
To put a decision, plan, or system into effect.
Examples:
Implement a corporate strategy. Implement security measures. The government promised to implement a new system to control the financial crisis.
Oppress.
To treat people in a cruel and authoritarian way, especially by denying them the same freedoms, rights, etc. as other people.
Examples:
Oppress the minority. Oppress the people with force. Historically, many countries have often oppressed certain religions to gain the support of the majority of the population.
Unemployed.
Not having a job, although able to work.
Examples:
Assignment for the unemployed youth. People who are unemployed. My father was unemployed for so long.
Sizable.
Large in size or amount.
Examples:
Sizable portion. Sizable audience. He has a sizable fortune and is one of the wealthiest people in the city.
Commit.
To do something illegal or wrong.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Commit mistakes. The military has committed an abuse of human rights.
Despair.
The feeling that there is no hope and you cannot do anything to improve a difficult situation.
Examples:
Despair at the future. Untold despair. His friend's death drove him to despair.
Thereby.
As a result, consequence of a particular action or set of conditions.
Examples:
Thereby obtain data. Thereby improving overall health. The new software will streamline the workflow, thereby increasing productivity.
Assimilate.
To take in and understand information or ideas, to integrate.
Examples:
Assimilate into society. Assimilate a language. The immigrants struggled to assimilate into the new culture.
Peel.
To remove the skin of fruit and vegetables.
Examples:
Peel a fruit. Peel off easily. The storm had peeled all paint off the siding.
Scab.
A dry, rough crust that forms over a wound or sore during the healing process. A person who continues to work while others are on strike or participate in union-breaking activities.
Examples:
Scab on skin. Thick scab. The worker had a scab on his knee from falling on the pavement.
Spectrum.
An ordered array of colors into which a light beam can be split.
Examples:
A broad spectrum of opinion. Infrared spectrum. This device displayed the speech spectrum spectrographically.
Resistance.
The act of defending oneself from an aggressor or refusing to accept something.
Examples:
Resistance movement. Resistance to insulin. The bill to increase the consumption tax had passed despite much resistance from the public.
Progressive.
Relating to or supporting development or advancement, especially social or political one.
Examples:
Progressive taxation. Progressive development. The progressive approach to education emphasizes hands-on learning and student-centered classrooms.
Viral.
Relating to or caused by a virus.
Examples:
Fight viral infections. Detect a viral code. This device can more accurately detect viral pathogens.
Demonstrate.
To display something or give an exhibition to an interested audience.
Examples:
Demonstrate a difference. Demonstrate mastery. How can you demonstrate that the Earth is a sphere?
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Stormy.
Marked by strong winds, heavy rain, thunder, and lightning, characterized by tumultuous or rough emotions, particularly in a relationship or situation.
Examples:
Stormy relationship. Stormy weather. The city council meeting was stormy, as people argued about a controversial new policy.
Rainbow.
An arch of colors in the sky caused by the refraction and dispersion of sunlight through rain.
Examples:
Marine rainbow. Rainbow after a storm. She was mesmerized by the rainbow's colors.
Philosophy.
The study of general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind.
Examples:
Philosophy of education. Western philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy.
Cynical.
Believing that people are motivated by self-interest, distrustful of human sincerity or integrity.
Examples:
Cynical remarks. Cynical worldview. He was very cynical and didn't believe anything anyone said unless he saw evidence for himself.
Extent.
The point or degree or area to which something extends.
Examples:
Certain extent. The extent of the damage. I was amazed at the extent of her generosity.
Purview.
The range or scope of authority, responsibility, or influence of a particular person, group, or organization.
Examples:
the purview of the committee, beyond the purview of the law. The issue falls within the purview of the legal department.
Policymaker.
A person in charge of or involved in developing action plans for a political party, business, etc.
Examples:
education policymaker, regional policymaker. Policymakers struggle to develop various laws and regulations to address international trade conflicts.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
elect the school board, elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Administrator.
A person or organization responsible for managing and directing the affairs of a business, institution, government agency, or other organization, someone who administers, regulates, or supervises.
Examples:
school administrator, network administrator. The university's administrator announced new policies regarding campus safety.
Sphere.
A round object or geometric shape that is three-dimensional and symmetrical around a central point, a particular aspect or scope of life or activity.
Examples:
sphere of influence, business sphere. The sphere of the Earth is divided into several layers, including the crust, mantle, and core.
Voter.
A person who votes or has a legal right to vote in a political election.
Examples:
an eligible voter, voter apathy. The election administration nullified the election results because of voter fraud.
Tradition.
A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has been passed down from generation to generation within a group or society.
Examples:
a tradition of a culture, against tradition. It is a tradition in many families to have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all their relatives.
Primarily.
Mainly.
Examples:
intended primarily for young people, primarily affect adults. All peaceful cooperation is based primarily on mutual trust.
Persuade.
To convince or induce someone to do something by presenting a reason or argument, to sway or influence someone's decision or opinion.
Examples:
attempt to persuade, persuade a hijacker to surrender. She tried to persuade her brother to join her on the trip.
Cattle.
Cows bulls, and buffaloes that are raised for their milk or meat as farm animals.
Examples:
Cattle barn, cattle hide. The cattle are on the grassland and grazing.
Suppression.
The act of stopping or preventing something from being expressed or revealed.
Examples:
The suppression of bandits. Suppression of estrogen. The government imposed a suppression of freedom of speech.
Caption.
A title or brief explanation accompanying a photograph, illustration, or other images, a heading or inscription for a chapter, section, or document.
Examples:
Caption text. Social media caption. The caption on the photograph helped to explain the image's content.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Fuel.
A substance that is typically burned to generate heat or energy.
Examples:
Biomass fuel. Smokeless fuel. The manufacturing sector was most severely impacted by the fuel scarcity.
Emphasize.
To give or show particular importance to something.
Examples:
Emphasize her words. Emphasize a direct relationship. Use italics or capitals to emphasize a word in a piece of writing.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Verb.
A word or phrase that describes an action, state, or experience.
Examples:
Complex verb. An auxiliary verb. Use a singular verb if the subject is singular.
Shackle.
A metal ring, bar, or other device used to confine, restrain, or limit freedom of movement, a restraint or impediment of any kind.
Examples:
Shackle chains. Metal shackle. The prisoner wore heavy shackles on his wrists and ankles.
Band-aid.
A small strip or patch of adhesive material, with a sterile gauze pad in the center, used to cover a minor wound or injury and help promote healing.
Examples:
Band-aid solution. Temporary band-aid fix. I cut my finger, so I put a band-aid on the wound.
Honesty.
The quality of being truthful, sincere, and morally upright, adherence to moral and ethical principles.
Examples:
honesty policy, honesty box. A culture of honesty in the workplace leads to better communication and productivity.